How is everybody today? Everybody having a good day? Everybody having a great week? Yeah, great week so far. So today's the last sales meeting of the first quarter. So the first quarter is basically over. So I have some questions for you. And judging from the past, most people don't like to raise their hands, so you might get called on if you're in the room or online. So who set goals for the first quarter? Raise your hand online or in the room if you set goals, or type in yes and tell me if you set some goals for the first quarter. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay, so no goals. You didn't set goals for the first quarter. Thank you. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I know you just started, but that means you definitely set some goals for this first quarter. All right, good. Online, raise your hand. Online, raise your hand if you set some goals for the first quarter. Please go ahead and hit the raise hand button or type in yes if you set some goals for this first quarter. Still waiting. Still waiting. Chat, there you go. Thank you. Yes, raise hand, hit yes. Just give me something. Let me know that you're alive and that you're there. You know, part of logging into the Zoom meetings, I mean, it's very easy to get into the meetings, but it's also very easy to not engage. And we just want to keep some engagement up. Get online and let's really play full out here. So you did, I did, yes, yes, yes. Who here set some goals for the year? So we had goals for the first quarter. Who set some goals for the year? Good. All right. Now, who here hit their first quarter goals? Raise your hand. Say yes, 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 no. Okay. Anybody raise it? John? No. Okay. Who here is on track for their yearly goals? Yes, yes, good. Yes. No. Okay. Good. Let me ask you a question if you don't mind. Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not going to pick on you. I'm not going to, you can, well, here's what we'll do. We'll make it like Family Feud. You can collaborate as a family and let me know why. So what you have to do is you have to hold it up kind of close. I'm not going to pick on you. I promise. Let me ask you a question. Why do you feel you did not hit your goals for the first quarter? And I'm not picking on you. I want to know honestly, if you can be honest with yourself.
Yes.
It's going to help a lot of other people because the people are going to realize, wow, okay, I did some of the same things.
I still am not consistent with my time and my schedule.
Okay. Definitely. You're not consistent with your time and your schedule.
No.
And do you think that's the only reason, or are there any other reasons why you didn't hit your goal? It's your opinion, so you don't have to, it doesn't have to be anything else.
I don't know. I get scatterbrained. I'll be honest. I get really scatterbrained.
Which comes back to if you're consistent with your time and your schedule, the scatterbrainness could potentially go away. Does everybody realize that a schedule and consistency helps free you up and helps to get rid of some of that scatterbrainness? Why are you scatterbrained?
Logan, you want to answer that?
All right. So when so does anybody have any opinions on why Miriam? All right. So why do you think you're scatterbrained? And this applies to a lot of people. Why do you think you might be scatterbrained? Do you have a lot of things going on in your head at one time?
Absolutely.
Do you ever get any of those out of your head?
No.
So every time a new something comes in, it goes into your head. It's like adding a ping pong ball into your head. And the more ping pong balls get in there, how scattered and crazy does it get inside of there? What does the schedule help you do? It takes one of the damn ping pong balls out and puts it onto a board or into a place, right?
Correct.
One less ball, one less scatter up here.
Yes.
And what if you take more of those things out, those ideas and thoughts? What if it's just writing some of those things down? Or what if it's just committing to a schedule? Or what if it's just using a calendar a different way? You take more of those things out of there and there's less bouncing around up there. And if you create more room in your brain, what do you have more room for?
Productivity.
I'm not doing this because you're crazy, I promise.
I would have more, produce towards my goals. And
okay. What do you feel like you struggle with?
Where to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you can't figure out where to start, do you think that might be because you lack some of the free space in your brain to think creatively or outside the box, or to really clearly focus on something because there's too much going on in here?
Yes.
So really what it could do is by removing some of those things and putting down on paper, putting them into a schedule, using a calendar, creating some lists, doing something like that could give you more room for creativity, could give you more room for freedom, could give you more room for flexibility, could give you more room to expand and do other things potentially.
Correct. Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what would you have to do?
I'm sweating.
These are your opinions. You gave me your opinion. You could have lied to me and told me that you're awesome and amazing and hit all your goals, but you didn't.
I am amazing, but
What would you have to do today to put yourself on track to start hitting your goals?
focus,
Okay.
set a plan, and stick to it.
And what would you have to do to get more focused, to set a plan and to stick to it? What are some things that you could do today? What are some things you can implement today to get more focused, more clear, and to start?
Complete some of the tasks that I need to get done that I know that I have to do today. Get
Okay.
it done.
So how many of those tasks are just ping pong balls bouncing around in your head and not actually scheduled somewhere and written, put down on paper?
Schedule
So,
something today.
so what could you do today to start work? Not actions, meaning I'm going to prospect, I'm this. What could you do today that's going to create a more fluid plan, a more fluid schedule, more fluid steps of something that you could do to start working towards your goal?
Yeah, set a true schedule and stick to it.
Okay. Set a true schedule.
Yes.
So what would you
say
have
this,
to?
And this, I feel like we're deja vu because that's my problem.
Okay. So you say it,
But
what
I
would
don't do
you
it.
have to do today to actually start working towards that, setting a schedule and sticking to it?
I need to do it.
I told you in the beginning. No, you don't need to do it. You obviously know you need to do it from the last conversation we had, 2 months ago, and said the same thing, but haven't done it. What would make you start to do it today?
Know my why. Help
Have
me.
a why? That's definitely it.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowing a why and getting some leverage over that,
Okay.
why you're going to do it, right? Why are you doing this business?
Well, in the beginning, I did it because I did enjoy the flexibility with my kids and being able to take them everywhere and do their schedule.
Okay.
Now I want to do it for myself and still have, I don't know, help me.
You want me to help you and give you your why?
Yeah. Live in my brain.
So you started doing this for flexibility and
I
for
did,
freedom.
yes, but
And what is the
I
only
also do it
flexibility?
because I enjoy being around people.
'Cause
I
those-
enjoy talking to people. I enjoy helping people.
Good. So you're still doing that every day,
Absolutely.
but not earning the income that you want.
Correct.
Okay. So how much flexibility and freedom do you actually have?
I have all kinds of flexibility. I mean, I need to do it.
Why don't you
Thinking
do
I'm
it?
crazy.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it on a daily basis? When's the last time you sat down and wrote out a schedule for the day, the week, the month? Okay. That's all I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
What if you took it out of your head and wrote it down and said, I will commit to this for the next 7 days.
Okay.
And if it works for 7 days, I'll try it for 30 days. If it works for 30 days, I'll do it for 60 days. If it works for 60, I'll do it for 90. I would say make the commitment to do it for 90 days, like do it for 90 days, but it can
Start
change.
Baby steps.
So are you an independent contractor?
I am.
You get to set your own schedule.
Correct.
You get to create it. And if the schedule isn't working, can you change it?
I can.
Hmm.
I know.
Interesting. When's the last time you wrote it down and committed to it? So you said, I need to set a schedule, stick to it and commit to it. When's the last time you did that?
It's been a while.
Okay. But you know you need to do it, but you won't do it. Why won't you do it? Because we don't have a strong enough reason why. So what you need to do is you need to focus more on your reason why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want this income? What's the income going to do for you? What's the freedom and flexibility of the schedule going to do to you once you actually create that? Realize that the schedule actually gives you freedom and flexibility. When you know when you're supposed to do what you do, it gives you more freedom and flexibility to do other things. So if I go through the entire day in my head knowing, well, I got to do this, I'm going to do this, I got to do, oh God, I got all these things to get done, I have to do this, but I never tell myself when I'm going to do it. What happens by 5 or 6 o'clock? Some things get done, some things don't, some things get checked off, others don't. And what happens at 5 or 6 o'clock that night? I get more stressed and I start, well, God, then tomorrow's going to be crazy. I already had a full day and I can't do this. But if I would have committed to saying, I'm going to do this at this time, from this time to this time, I do this, from this time to this time, I'll do this, and then from this time to this time, I'll do it. Now I know that I'm going to do it, and I have a time that I'm going to commit, rather than just, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I'll get it done later. When there's no commitment to doing it, it doesn't get done. How many times have you said you're going to do something around the house and you end up sitting on the couch watching Netflix? The only thing you get up for is getting over to the refrigerator or to the pantry to get a box of cereal out. Getting too
Yes.
personal.
Cinnamon Toast
But how
Crunch.
many times does that happen where you knew you've had things to do, but you don't actually get up and go do them? It's happened to all of us. It happens to all of us. But if we have it on the schedule and we have a little bit more commitment and we have a strong enough reason why, then we're going to be more likely to do that. So for all of you, what I would ask you to do, I would ask you to commit to a schedule. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can do. Apparently, we're having internet issues here. So what I would do is I would ask you to do, here's a few things that I would ask you to do coming into this first quarter, some things that you can change. And I cover these probably at least 2 or 3 times a year. These are 6 things that when I wanted to make a change, these are the things that I did. These are the things that I implemented. These are the steps that I went through and the things that I continually followed through with, because these are the things that help make a difference for me. Number 1 was make a decision. You have to decide. You have to make a decision and decide what it is that you want. You have to decide why you want it, and you have to decide that there is no other option for you. There is no plan B. You know, there's a saying out there that says if plan A doesn't work, the alphabet has 25 other letters. Well, that's 25 other options for you to always have a backup plan. If this doesn't work, then that. If something's not going to work and you believe that it's not going to work, how likely is it to work? If you believe it's not going to work because it's okay, I've got a backup plan, how likely are you to put all of your effort into it to make it work? If you know there's a backup plan, just in case it doesn't, you're not going to do it. You need to make a decision. It's called, in Napoleon Hill's book, he wrote, burn your boats. If you want to take an island and you want to conquer an island, you pull up on shore and you stand up and you tell your entire army, we are either dying on this island or we are taking this island over. Burn the boats. No other option. When there's no way back, the only way is forward. Make a decision. Decide what it is that you want. Decide what you will do. Decide why you want it, and stop it. Nothing to get it. No other option. So make a decision. That's one of the first things that you have to do. You have to decide that it is what you want, why you want it, and have some strong enough emotion into that. You know, decide that you will never live like you're living right now, because I don't want to ever be like this. I want that. That's what I want. Unfortunately, we don't get what we want. We get who we are on a daily basis. And who you are on a daily basis has got you all of the things that you have currently right now. If you want something different, you have to do something different. So who you are on a daily basis is going to get you. If you want to know where you're going to be in a year, look at who you are right now. Because those are your actions, those are your habits, those are the things that you're doing. And if you want something different, you have to make that decision to have something different, to do something different, to be something different. Number 2, manage your mindset and manage your beliefs. Like you said, if you believe that there's backup plans, there's other things that can happen. If this doesn't go through, it doesn't go the way that I want, you've already lost. You've already shot yourself in the foot. You already said, well, I mean, it might not work, but it's okay. I've got other options. There should be no other option for you. Because most of the time, have you ever wanted something so bad, got into doing it, worked your ass off to do it, tried so hard, and during that process, you realize that that wasn't really what you wanted. It was something else. You ever done that? Okay, well, maybe that really wasn't it. So you don't need a backup plan. Your actions, your intentions, your energy, your beliefs are going to get you to where you want to be either way. Once you actually start taking action, you may realize, okay, well, I got really close to this and I realized that this wasn't what I want. Matthew Ferrari has a story about manifesting a Ferrari. He ended up with a Lexus. The story was, I'm going to manifest a Ferrari. It's literally what he says. I'm going to manifest a Ferrari. He tells everybody I'm going to manifest a Ferrari. I want a Ferrari. I'm going to manifest a Ferrari. He's thinking on the Ferrari, meditating on a Ferrari, focusing on this Ferrari. And then his dad calls him up about 30 days later and says, Hey, Matthew, we're getting rid of that Lexus. I know I just bought it 2 weeks ago. It's a brand new car. Do you want it? And I'll give it to you. I don't
All
want it.
that dirt outside is gonna get in
It's a
and get
beautiful brand
infected.
new Lexus. And he says, no, Dad, I'm manifesting a Ferrari. Why the hell would I want this Lexus? And he hung up the phone and he thought about it for a minute. He goes, wait a minute. I've got 2 kids, got a wife. I have to drive to and from my office, which is down through traffic. Ferraris don't do good in traffic. I can't fit my kids in the dang car. The hell am I going to have a Ferrari for? What's the Ferrari going to do for me? So he realized that manifesting his Ferrari was actually getting a new car, a new feeling, a new revitalizing of his life, and manifesting a Ferrari got him that brand new Lexus. So he realized that sometimes that's your goal, but your goal may not be that specific thing that you thought. It may be just the new car, and it comes in the form of something else. The universe will bring you what you need, not always what you say you want. So manage your mindset, manage your beliefs. What are you doing on a daily basis to manage your attitude? And if you want to be better for this next quarter, what do you do on a daily basis? You need that energy and that intention of setting a schedule. When do you schedule yourself to sit down and create your schedule? Right? You have an issue with creating a schedule. Why? Because I'm not sure I can, maybe then, okay. Well, pick a time that you're going to do it. Every night from 7 till 8 p.m. or from 5 till 6 p.m. or 4 till 5 p.m., schedule your next day. It's okay if it needs to change, but you need to have some non-negotiables that need to get done. Create a schedule and stick to it. Manage that. When do you do that? When do you manage your mind? When do you manage your thoughts? When do you have some meditation time, some personal time, some prayer time, some time to believe in yourself and create the life that you want rather than managing the circumstances that come to you? So morning practices, evening practices. Right now, I'm starting something that I'm listening to. I'm putting in earbuds at night. During the 20 minutes before you go to sleep, your brain starts slowing down into a theta brain wave, which is an impressionable brain wave, where your brain is no longer as conscious and whatever you're listening to is speaking more to your unconscious. So I'm listening to affirmations.
At least someone where she doesn't feel alone because she's gonna get depressed and then she's not gonna get better.
Positive speaking in it. So I'm listening to those things at night, and then I'm listening to them in the morning to see if it makes a difference after 30 days. If it makes a difference, great. If it doesn't, I was laying there anyway. Why not listen to something that's positive? So I'm trying to manage my mind, trying to manage my intentions a little bit differently. So just, you have to do something that manages your mind. Check in daily, create some routines, morning routines. If you do not create a morning routine, let me let you in on a secret. You're already doing one. So why wouldn't you do one that benefits you? What is your morning routine right now? Ask you, what's your morning routine? From literally open your eyes, what's your morning routine? What is the first and second and third and fourth thing that you do? So go to the restroom, walk by. So when you roll out of bed, what's the first thing to do? Do you turn an alarm off? Do you turn an alarm off? Do you check?
Yeah, because like he's gonna build an infection on
it. Straight to the restroom. Then from the restroom, do you have to get dressed? Yep. Do you have clothes out? Do you not have clothes out? So you get to go pick some stuff out. Have you ever been through that and fumbled through some stuff or put something on backwards or grab the wrong shoe or the wrong socks or anything? Never, never, ever, 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 ever. Because I know every single one of you in this room has put on a shirt. You thought it was a different shirt and because it was blue, but it wasn't a shirt you actually wanted to put on. Every single one of you has done it at least once. That's me. And it's happened. I've seen it happen. So every one of you has a morning routine. You do, well, I do. Is that every single morning, weekends, weekdays? Okay. And then when do you have time for yourself to manage your mind, your energy, your intentions, your focus, your beliefs, your thoughts? After you take your kids to school on a long drive home, when it's already too late, when your day has already hit you in the face and determined a little bit more of what your energy and intention is going to be. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you've already been impressioned by the radio, by your kids, by however you felt when you first woke up, whatever happened, whether you felt a little tired, a little off, a little, whatever, if it was carryover from the day before, a feeling a certain thing, if you woke up, if you had bad dreams, if you had something, you're already impressioned by something. I've talked to you a lot about how impressionable the world is around us, on us, about how simple things like holding a cup of coffee or a cold drink can determine how you view somebody in a story as being warm and inviting or cold and antagonistic. So you're already being impressioned by something. And at some point, what point do you pick up your phone? Making breakfast. So at some point, before you've had time to have your drive home, you've picked up the phone and been impressioned by what's on it, whether it's an email, a text message, a phone call, Facebook, Instagram, any of those things. Do you think that you are being programmed in some way, shape, or form? Yes, you are. So why not take the time before any of that starts to program your mind, manage to become the creator of your life rather than the manager of the circumstances that come to you? And it's not managing circumstances, meaning the crazy bad stuff that happens. It's the simple things that happen that you don't even realize are impressioning you, like a hot cup of coffee or a cold drink that you held in your hand. But if you took the time to manage your own belief and your own mindset and your own morning routine and put something in your brain before you even got out and did that, if it means waking up 10 minutes earlier, because you know if you did that, you could create a different life, the life that maybe that you're looking for, do you think it might be worth it to try that? Could you wake up 10 minutes earlier? Who here could wake up 10 minutes earlier just to give yourself a different level of life? Every 10 minutes, just literally roll over, grab some earbuds, and have something already programmed on your phone that you hit and push play and listen to. Something as simple as that. Or roll over, grab a Bible, grab a journal, grab something where you sit down and you write in what your intentions and your belief and your energy is for that day. I will, I must, I can, I do, any of those things. I am so similar to, so your most impressionable times of the day are the 20 minutes when you wake up and the 20 minutes before you go to bed, because that's when you're speaking directly to your subconscious and you're not as conscious. Your brain waves slow down. And when the brain waves slow down, you're not thinking of all the things out here. You're more impressionable. So something as simple as that. Waking up and writing in there. I am so happy and grateful to have this day. I'm so happy and grateful to be earning. I'm so happy and grateful to have my family, the love of my life, whatever that is. I'm so happy and grateful for these things. Another thing, show up. When you show up, I mean, this is show up and then take massive action. They go hand in hand. Show up. When you show up, who shows up for you? Do you show up and half-ass it? If you don't have a schedule, you probably are. If you don't know that I've got this time to this time to get something done, it could take from this time to this time to get it done. And you half-assed it. And you didn't even realize it because you didn't have the intention of a schedule. You didn't have the intention to show up and get this done and make sure it's done, stick on my schedule, and actually know what it is you were going to do when you were going to get it done. But show up. Every single one of you has a gift. When's the last time you identified what that gift is? Every one of you has a superpower and a gift. When's the last time you took some time to yourself? Just wake up, go straight to the restroom, walk the dogs, walk the kids, make the breakfast, trip over this, do that, bitch about the pantry not being clean, the dishes that were left in the sink. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Kids, why didn't you? When's the last time that you took some time for yourself to identify what your gift is? And it could just be that you are the most amazing mother and loving and caring mother in the world to your children. That could be your gift, that you show love like nobody else's business. But every single one of you has a gift, a superpower that you're not tapping into because you're being too programmed by everything that's going around. So show up for yourself. If you won't show up for yourself, how are you going to show up for anybody else? And if you won't show up for yourself, how can you show up for anybody else as the best person that you can be? Everybody says, well, my kids come first. Why? Why do your kids come first? So you're going to sacrifice yourself and be a crappier parent and a crappier person so you can just put your kids first? If I'm not the best person I can be, I'm not being the best dad I can be for them. I come first, because if I don't show up for them, what are they going to get from me? And if I'm not showing up for me, I may not ever show up for them. But my dad did it to me. He wasn't there and he was gone. He did not show up physically, but he couldn't show up for himself to show up for us. But if I don't show up for myself and fill my cup up first, what am I going to give to my kids? So show up on a daily basis. Know what it is you're showing up for. Identify what it is that's your gift and really connect with yourself a little bit more. Take massive action. That's the other one. Take massive action. If you want to get something done, what kind of action should you take? Well, I guess I'll try this today and I'll do that over there and get a little bit. Okay. Or should you show up and say, I'm going to get this done no matter what, no questions asked. I'm going to do it from this time to this time. And if it's not done by that time, I'm going to keep going until I get it done because there is no other option for me. When's the last time you did or took any action or wanted something so bad you were willing to do that? It doesn't have to be real estate. I'm asking you about goals for your first quarter. I didn't say, did you sell this amount of houses you wanted to sell? Did you earn the income you wanted to earn? I asked you if you hit your goals for this first quarter. What are those goals? And when's the last time you showed up and took action for yourself? When's the last time you've done that? So take massive action and take massive action until. It's the most powerful word right here, until. How long would you give? Who here has kids? When they were a baby, how long did you give them before you gave up on them for walking? When did you decide? Not going to walk, not going to happen. No, you just keep crawling. Don't stay down, stop it. You're pissing me off now. Get back on the floor. When's the last time you did that? How long did you go before you just say, all right, give up? Not going to happen. No, you stuck with it until, and you kept trying until. So why won't you do the same thing for yourself? You can change anything if you want it. That's why 99% of the people out there in this world are walkers, because they went until. So take massive action. Get a coach. Who holds you accountable? Your husband? Does he know what all of the goals and outcomes that you want are? He thinks he does. Well, that's his job. He's your husband. He's supposed to. I know you think you want that, but it's not true. I know that. I know you. Trust me. That's not what you want. That's not the one you want. Let me tell you why you don't want it. Let me give you all the reasons why. But who holds you accountable to the things? How many people know what I'm not saying you have to go tell everybody, but how many people know what those goals are of yours? And who holds you accountable if you don't reach them? You? You were one that raised your hand and said you didn't hit your goals or not on track for them. So how good of a job are you doing? I'm asking. It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. You gave yourself a year, but I asked you if you're on track for that, and you still didn't raise your hand and said, no, you're not. So you gave yourself a year, but we're not on track for that. So who's holding you accountable? Still you. And you are holding you accountable and you're not happy with it. So typically that's why you need a coach. Somebody who's going to tell you and call you on your BS. Somebody's going to call you out when you start saying, well, I couldn't do that. And I did this and I did that. And I should have done. Well, he goes, okay, well, that's just bullshit. If you would have just wrote that down and showed up and made it a non-negotiable in your schedule 2 times out of the week to do this for 2 hours, you would have 10 times more opportunities than you've already created. Or if you would do this. Let's just be honest with ourselves. So get a coach. Is it a secret that every single professional athlete, sports team, Olympian, and everything have coaches? And not just a head coach who sits there and holds a damn clipboard, a whole team of coaches. An offensive line coach, a defensive line coach, a wide receivers coach, quarterback coach, a blocking coach. They have trainers, and they have people that are inside the room that are doing physical training, weight training, strength training. They have all of these, and they are professional athletes. And they are the top 1% of their field in the entire world. And they have coaches that hold them accountable to the things that they need to do and keep them on plan. So if you want to get better at something, you need to be held accountable. You need a coach. Come talk to me. Offer and over deliver. If you say you're going to do something, do it. How many offers are you making on a daily basis? Whether it's to your relationship, whether it's to your customers, to your business, how many offers are you making? How many offers are you making to yourself? And how many times are you actually delivering on those offers? How many offers are you making? So make more offers, which is going to make you be more committed. And then you have to over deliver. Don't just show up half-assed. If you want something to work, don't just show up for it. Show up and take massive action for it. Offer and over deliver. So there's a couple things that you can implement on a daily basis that can help put you in the right track to get some of the goals that you want. And if you just fixate on 1, 2, 3, or all of them, I guarantee that you'll be better off at the end of this next quarter than you were at the end of this first quarter, but you have to get committed to it. So with that being said, a couple more housekeeping things and we can go to the April 8th next level rally. You should have all got a text message from Mike Puma. If you got a text message, RSVP, please, like RSVP, just say yes or no. There's an email that Susie sent out, and then there's an RSVP text from Mike. If at any point you got a text message from Mike or the company and opted out of them, you won't get any more because we can't send you more texts if you've opted out of them. But if you get it, please RSVP and say you're coming or not. It's going to be a really good event. We're going to have a lot going on there. Went through that. Food drive, food bank. We'll talk about that next time. Does anybody have any new listings that they want to pitch before we wrap up for the afternoon? Diane, go on down and tell me about it. Grab the mic from Maria. Maria.
Testing. My
Good.
on?
What do you got?
I have a listing that's still available at 6524 Solitaire Palm, 1653 square feet with a boat dock right on a waterfront canal home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and listed at $595. And then I have one coming up right next door to it that I've had listed before. It's coming on the market at $599 at 6522 Solitaire Palm. So they're side-by-side canal homes. The one at the first one, second one I mentioned, 6522, the one that's coming up this Wednesday. No showings except for an open house. The gentleman works from home. So I'm just going to have open house on Saturday and Sunday. I didn't want to let this die. I wanted to see what I could do. They did come down from a higher price point at $649, and I got them down to $599. So those are side by side, and the only opportunity I have is just this one time this weekend to hold it open Saturday and Sunday
What was that,
from
20?
11 till
It's-
3.
Yeah, the one's over 2,000 square foot. The one that's on market now is what, 1,600 square foot? Yeah, 1,653 square foot. They're both 3-bedroom, 2
Correct.
baths. They both have formal living spaces. The main difference is the one next door has a large area in the back that's been enclosed. That's all living space. So nice properties. Buy them both, knock them down, make a compound. It's beautiful. Good. Anybody else? Any other new listings? 413 Mans Harbor in Mira Bay, Rachel Markley. We can pull up a canceled one. So 413, give me 1 second. 413 Mans Harbor. This is not waterfront, Mira Bay.
It has a partial water view.
Partial water view out of the back.
It's about 2,500 square feet, 4 bed, 2.5 bath.
This is an old listing, just so you know. The new listing will be on tomorrow.
Yep, it'll look very similar though. They had a family emergency last year, so that's why we had to cancel it.
Okay.
So it's back on market tomorrow, and it's a great floor plan. I think there's 4 beds, 2.5 bath with plus the office downstairs. So a lot of really well-used space.
Very cool. And this is the one you had a pre-listing inspection on?
Correct. Yep. Everything looks really good. The ACs are newer. Hot water heater looks great. So everything's in really good condition.
Good. Awesome. Very cool. What's the
Thank
price going to
you.
be?
I believe they'll be around 620.
Very cool. Excellent. So if anybody's looking for Mira Bay in the 600s, good. Maria, what do you got? I know you have one coming up.
Yeah, it'll be pictures. I can't get until Thursday, but it's going to be listed at 225.5, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 640 yard arm here in Apollo Beach. So all kitchen appliances, has stackable washer dryer in the unit.
How big is it? Around, what is around 1,000 square foot?
It's less than that, yeah.
Okay, 640
Six-
yard arm.
I think
638,
it's more than that.
640.
Thank
So
you.
650 square foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. Does this one have
Nope.
any slip dock or
No,
anything with it?
Sure doesn't.
Good. It's still a waterfront condominium?
Yes.
Good. Any updates, upgrades or anything that have been done inside?
Not really. No, that it'll need some love, but.
Good. What's the price going to be?
225.5.
225.5?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Do you know what the fees are there?
228 a month. I don't remember.
No, it's
Sorry.
fine.
Pictures Thursday. I have a key.
Cool. Anybody else? Any new listings? No? Going once, going twice? Awesome. So if you want to set some goals for the first quarter and you want some help with that, or so for the second quarter and you want some help with that, come sit down with me. If you want to set some intentions and a schedule and you would like help with that, let's sit down and do that. Let's put it on paper. So just let me know what you need, and otherwise have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much.